guys, Vile Self here once again, bringing you some more Ghost gameplay on my favorite map in Call of Duty Ghosts, Freight. There's a lot of reasons why I like this map, and last night this gameplay is when this gameplay took place, and I was with a buddy of mine who just got Ghost for Christmas. So in this map, you'll see me kind of going around and doing some weird things, but I was basically just showing him around, showing him where all the little buttons are to open and close doors, and a couple little hiding spots and jump spots and stuff like that. So if you see me just kind of be doing random things, that's why. But anyways, I'd like to talk about the UFC fight last night. What a crazy fucking fight, man. Holy shit. The whole card was crazy. It was an awesome card. I had a UFC party at my house last night. Had a bunch of people over. You know, pizza, beer. Hitting the JD, hitting the Jamesons. Getting nice and sloshed. Watching the fights. Everybody's having a great time. It was pretty damn cool, man. You can probably tell by my voice I'm pretty stuffed up still. Caught a fucking cold or some shit. But anyways, just pumping out this commentary for you guys, talking about the Anderson Silva thing, man. Who saw the fight last night? Who's an Anderson Silva fan? You guys gotta tell me. I'm a huge fan. Anderson Silva is my favorite fighter of all time. I've been into UFC since it started back in the 90s, 93, 94. Anderson Silva is my all-time favorite fighter, and to see what happened last night was just devastating. If you don't know what happened, he basically threw a leg kick. Chris Weidman checked it, and Anderson Silva's leg snapped in half at the shin. It was pretty brutal. I've only ever seen it once before inside the octagon. I've seen it here and there. It's a pretty rare injury to happen to people in professional sports. I remember it happened to Sid Vicious, aka Psycho Sid, back in the WWF. He did a move where he jumped off of, I think it was the second turnbuckle, and just the way he landed on one foot, it snapped his fucking shin, just right above the ankle, snapped it in half. Luckily for Anderson Silva, it was not a compound fracture. If you don't know, that's when the bone actually pierces through the skin. This was an internal fracture, so the bone was fucking broken, man, like snapped in half, and it was nasty, dude. The first round, Chris Weidman was basically controlling the whole round. He had Anderson Silva knocked down. He almost finished him, man. He was on top of him, pummeling him with punches. The ref could have stopped it and ended it. In my opinion, it was pretty close. But luckily, he let it continue because nobody likes watching a fight ended, sort of prematurely. And Anderson Silva wasn't knocked out. He was just knocked down. But I bet you, looking back at it, I bet you Anderson Silva wishes that the ref stopped the fight in that first round, because once it got to the second round, Anderson Silva came out aggressive. He didn't want to get taken down again. He didn't want to look like the chump, which he did in the first round. And, he just threw this vicious, vicious leg kick. And unfortunately, man, it cost him, in my opinion, it cost him his career. I mean, Anderson Silva is still, in no means was he past his prime, I don't think. I think he's one of those fighters that kind of just is always in his prime. But, he was 38 years old. He'd only lost one fight in the UFC, so he was 16-1. And, he had 10 fights in his contract left. 10 fights! Now, I mean, that's pretty lengthy of a career. Like, he's already 38, and if you fight, like, twice a year, it's pushing him at least another 5 years. So, I mean, that's pushing him to 43 years old, which in fighting standards, it's pretty old. Like, I know some guys go a little longer, like Randy Couture went till he was 40-something years old. But, I mean, once he got into his 40s, he was pretty much washed up. He wasn't winning fights anymore. He was getting knocked out, here and there. He just wasn't the same anymore. So, in my opinion, even if Anderson Silva can recover from an injury like this, he's not going to be the same fighter. There's going to be so much doubt in his mind. I mean, one of his most lethal weapons is those leg kicks, and he'll never be able to throw a leg kick with confidence again. Never. I mean, and not to mention every opponent he goes into the octagon against is going to target that leg. It's got a big red sore thumb right now, man, and it's just going to be the prime target for anybody he faces. And he's going to be highly susceptible to injuring it again. There's no way it can heal 100%. There's always going to be, a weakness in that bone, and it's going to be at least a year or more before he's even like probably in the gym again. So the most unfortunate circumstance that possibly could have happened in this match is fucking loss due to injury. Um, for Anderson Silva. You know, I give all my best to Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman did win the first round. He did dominate the first round, but I mean it was only the second round, so the fight could have gone anywhere. Anderson Silva looked like he was just getting warmed up. Um, so I mean it could have gone anywhere, but unfortunately it had to end like that. And now Chris Weidman is the new champion. Vitor Belfort is ranked #2 in the world, so he's going to get a title shot next, which I think he's deserving of it. And you know what? I think Vitor Belfort is going to give Chris Weidman a run for his money. I think their fighting styles are very similar. But Anderson Silva, man, what a fucking shameful thing to happen. And you know, after the first fight, like the first fight with Chris Weidman, um, like Anderson Silva was clowning around, and I don't know if anybody saw it. You guys probably saw. If you're watching this video, you're into Anderson Silva. You know what happened in the first fight. Anderson Silva was dropping his hands and acting like a clown and shit like that. He got caught. He finally got caught. He's done that to many opponents, but he got caught this time, and he paid for it. He lost his title, and you know what? It's you know, too bad for him. He shouldn't have been doing that. He shouldn't fight like that. It's very disrespectful, and you know, he got caught and he paid for it. But that's what caused this rematch, and that's what caused, you know, that's what caused this all to happen, man. So, you know, Anderson Silva's, in my opinion, the only person that can be blamed for this. Obviously, like, Weidman didn't do anything to him except check the kick, which is what you're supposed to do anyway. But sad news is sad news, man. I'm hoping I hear some good news about him soon. I hope the doctors come out and say, hey, he'll make a full recovery. He'll be back, you know, in the octagon in a year or something like that. Like, I want to hear something like that. I don't want to, I really don't want to hear the news that he's retiring or he's done for good because, like I said, he's my favorite fighter. I'd definitely like to see him get in the octagon again. And, you know, I really wish him a speedy recovery. So that's all I have for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think about Anderson Silva or the UFC in general. If you're excited, if you guys saw the card last night, tell me what your favorite parts were. But please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks. Vile Self out.